Hello everyone, welcome to lecture series on basic electronics. We have started with module number 3, introduction to an op-amp and its applications. So we'll discuss lecture number 26. So contents that was covered in the previous lecture was op-amp as non-inverting operational amplifier. So we have discussed two important applications in the previous lecture series. That is, one of the application is op-amp as an inverting amplifier, and one more applications which was discussed in the previous lecture was op-amp as non-inverting operational amplifier. So contents that is covered in this lecture are inverting summing amplifier and voltage follower. So inverting summing amplifier and voltage followers are the two more applications of operational amplifiers. So learning outcomes: after this lecture, the students will have a better understanding of op-amp as inverting summing amplifier and voltage follower. So now we'll discuss op-amp as an amplifier, that is summing amplifier. So summing amplifier, or even it is called as an adder, it is a type of an operational circuit which can be used to add the applied input signals. The sum of all the applied input signal is amplified by a certain factor and it is made available to the output. So any number of input signals can be applied for summing purpose. So any number of input signals can be summed with the help of an op-amp. So here summing or adder circuit, adder as an amplifier, it is a type of an operational amplifier which is used to add the applied input signals. So all the applied input signals are added and it is made available, it is amplified and made available at the output terminal. So basically summing amplifiers are of two types, that is, summing amplifiers can be configured in two ways. The first one is called as an inverting summing amplifier. So here the name says inverting, and inverting summing amplifier. Here all the input signals that needs to be added are applied to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. So hence it is called as an inverting summing amplifier. So one more configuration or one more type of summing amplifier is non-inverting summing amplifier. So in case of non-inverting summing amplifier, all the input signals that needs to be added are applied to the non-inverting terminal of an op-amp. So depending upon whether the input signals it is applied to inverting or non-inverting terminal. So depending upon that, summing amplifiers are classified as inverting summing amplifier and non-inverting summing amplifier. So that is, if at all the input signals that needs to be added are applied to inverting terminal of the op-amp, we call it as an inverting summing amplifiers. So if all the input signals that needs to be added are applied to the non-inverting terminal of op-amp, then we call it as a non-inverting summing amplifiers. So now this is the circuit diagram of op-amp as inverting summing amplifiers. So as the name says, op-amp as inverting summing amplifiers, all the input signals that needs to be added are applied to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. So thus it is called as an inverting summing amplifier. And please make a note that any number of input signals can be applied, so that all the input signals which are applied are going to get added. So here for an example, we are applying two input signals or two input voltages are applied to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. So this is a circuit diagram of inverting summing amplifier. So in this particular circuit, the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp is connected to ground. So input signals V1 and V2 which are to be added are applied to the inverting terminal of an op-amp, and there is a feedback connection from output to inverting input terminal of the op-amp, and feedback component that is used is RF, that is, resistor is the feedback component that is used and it is denoted by RF. Here we know that V1 and V2 are the input voltages that needs to be added. So whereas I1 is the current that is flowing through R1 resistor, and I2 is the current that is flowing through the resistor R2, whereas IF is the current that is flowing through the feedback component RF, that is resistor RF. So this is a circuit diagram of inverting summing amplifier with VO as an output voltage. So now let us apply KCL to the circuit. So we know that KCL means it is sum of current entering the node must be equal to sum of current leaving the node. So sum of current entering the node means, so let us consider the node here is A. So sum of currents are I1, I2 are entering the node A must be equal to sum of current leaving the node. So current can leave via this path as well as this path. So here, so current entering via this path, let us consider this as an IA. So now we know that for simple calculation and easy analysis, we are going to make use of an virtual ground concept. So virtual ground says that the resistance that is connected between these 2 points, that is Ri, it is considered to be as an infinite. So whenever the resistance connected between these two terminal is infinite, it indicates that there is infinite resistance, that is more resistance will be there for the flow of current. So hence current cannot flow into an op amp, that is current cannot flow into an inverting terminal of an op amp. So therefore IA becomes equal to 0. So whenever an IA becomes equal to 0, all the currents that are entering to the node A, as there is no chance for the current to flow into an op amp, so it is going to flow via feedback resistor, that is RF. So therefore I1 plus I2 becomes equal to IF. IA component becomes equal to 0 because of assuming a virtual ground concept. So therefore, so after applying a KCL to the circuit, we know that I1 plus I2 becomes equal to IF plus IA. So let us consider this as an equation number 1. So now referring to the circuit diagram, so here VB becomes equal to 0. So why VB becomes equal to 0? Because we have assumed here virtual ground concept. This non-inverting terminal, it is directly connected to 0. So because of Ri is equal to infinite, so current cannot flow, potential difference between 2 points are same. So therefore VA also becomes equal to 0. So as VA becomes equal to VB becomes equal to 0. So thus equation 1 can be rewritten as IA components becomes equal to 0, you can write it as I1 plus I2 is equal to IF plus 0. So IF plus 0 is written as IF. So therefore I1 plus I2 is equal to IF. So current that is entering to the node A, it can go via this path, that is I1 plus I2 becomes equal to IF. So we know that I is equal to voltage difference between 2 points divided by R. So let us calculate what is I1. So we have 3 terms, one is I1, I2 and IF. So now I1 is equal to, it is voltage difference between 2 points divided by R. So as per the circuit diagram, the voltage difference is, it is V1 minus VA divided by this R1. So therefore it is written as V1 minus VA divided by R1. So similarly I2 is equal to, it is V2 minus VA divided by R2. So this becomes equal to I2. So therefore I2 is equal to VA minus VO divided by RF. Sorry, I2 is equal to V2 minus VA divided by R2. Similarly, IF is equal to VA minus VO divided by RF. So now substitute the value of I1, I2 and IF in equation number 2. So substituting in equation number 2, we will get V1 minus VA divided by R1 plus V2 minus VA divided by R2 is equal to VA minus VO divided by RF. So with the help of virtual ground concept, we know that VA becomes equal to 0. Thus substitute VA is equal to 0 in the above equation. So this part becomes equal to 0. So this part becomes equal to 0 and this VA term becomes equal to 0. So now V1 divided by R1 plus, left out is V1 divided by R1 plus V2 divided by R2, which is equal to minus V0 divided by RF. So rewriting this equation, we will get it as minus V0 divided by RF is equal to V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2. So rewriting this equation, VO is equal to minus RF into V1 divided by R1 plus V2 by R2. So further simplifying this, so let us take VO is equal to minus of RF by R1 into V1 plus RF by R2 into V2. So let us assume that R1 is equal to R2 is equal to RF. So substituting this, all this becomes equal to same. So therefore left out is equal to VO becomes equal to minus of V1 plus V2. So total number of applied input voltages are 2. So therefore we are going to get sum of two applied input voltages, and this negative sign, it is because of input signals that needs to be added are applied to the inverting terminal. So therefore output voltage is equal to sum of all the applied input voltage. So negative sign indicates that it is inverting summing amplifier. So this is regarding op-amp as inverting summing amplifier. So similarly, you can consider even a non-inverting summing amplifier or adder circuit. So as the name says, non-inverting summing amplifier, all the input voltages that needs to be added must be applied to the non-inverting terminal of an op-amp. So making inverting terminal of an op-amp, connecting it to ground with the help of a resistor R. So here total number of applied input voltages are 2. So these two applied input voltages are to be added with the help of the circuit, with the help of non-inverting terminal of an op-amp. So this is a circuit diagram of non-inverting summing amplifier whenever two input voltages needs to be added. So similarly, whether it might be an inverting summing amplifier or it might be a non-inverting summing amplifier, any number of input voltages that needs to be added can be applied to the respective terminals of the op-amp. So not only V1 and V2, as many number of input voltages required can be added. Further, at the output we are going to get sum of all the applied input voltages. So provide minus in case of inverting summing amplifier, we are going to get the output voltage in terms of minus, whereas in case of non-inverting summing amplifier, we are going to get the output voltage in terms of positive. So that is, it indicates because of the applying the input voltages to an inverting and non-inverting terminal respectively. So this is regarding inverting summing amplifier and non-inverting summing amplifier. So we'll move to the next component, that is next application of an op-amp, that is op-amp as an voltage follower. So this is the circuit diagram of op-amp as an voltage follower. So the non-inverting terminal of an op-amp is applied by the sinusoidal input signal Vin, and VO is the output voltage. So there is a direct feedback connection without any component from output to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. So this is a circuit diagram of an voltage follower. So here op-amp as an voltage follower, the node B is at potential Vin. So here this is the node B, it is at the potential Vin. So if I consider a virtual ground concept, so that is the potential between 2 points remains same. So here VB is equal to Vin. So already this terminal is having a potential of Vin. So if I consider a virtual ground concept, then potential between 2 points remains same. So therefore VA also becomes equal to VB. So we know that already VB is equal to Vin, thus VA becomes equal to Vin, and provided here this terminal, it is directly connected to the output terminal. So therefore VO becomes equal to VA. So VA is already equal to Vin. So thus VO becomes equal to Vin. So let us analyze it once again. Node B is at potential Vin. So node A is also at the same potential as B, that is Vin. So that is VA also, VA according to the concept of virtual ground, VA is equal to VB is equal to Vin. So we know that node A is directly connected to the output terminal. So hence we can write it as VO is equal to VA. So node A, it is directly connected to output. So therefore VO is equal to VA. So equating equation number 1 in 2. So therefore VO becomes equal to Vin. So this says that voltage follower means output is going to follow the input. So hence it is called as an voltage follower. Output voltage is equal to input voltage. So that is output voltage follows the input voltage. So hence it is called as an voltage follower. So this is one of the application of an op-amp. So summary, we have learnt working principle of inverting summing operational amplifier considering two input voltages. So and even we have discussed the non-inverting summing operational amplifier. So also we have discussed voltage follower, which is one of the application of an op-amp. Thank you.